Hello and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. A little change of scenery for you. You may not know, but Federation has been working back in the office actually since the beginning of the pandemic. Our schedule has changed, of course, but we'd love to see you. You can guarantee that we're in on Wednesdays, but call ahead if you want to meet us any other day just to make sure that we're here in the office. While we're on the topic of COVID, I'm happy to report that Federation just received notice that we have been awarded a grant to provide funding for COVID relief efforts. Now, we already had a fund set up in place, but we were notified by JFNA that a 50% matching grant is now active for us. So if you haven't yet made a gift to our COVID relief fund and you're considering doing so, now would be the perfect time to do that. And you can use the form on Fedmail. Just scroll down to where it says need help or I'd like to help. You can click there and make a donation, and that will enable us to activate the 50% match, which I think is terrific, and I'm glad we're able to do that. We really want to offer as much help and support as we possibly can to everyone in the community, including our institutions who may need help through these difficult times. We've already provided a lot of emergency funding, grocery delivery, and heating. Now we're getting into the time of the year when heating and fuel assistance is needed, but we want to have resources on hand to make sure that no one is left behind. I've said that many times in Fedmail, and I want to thank all of our partners, all of the generous people in our community who have stepped up and offered their support. So thank you very much. I also want to reach out and say thank you to all of the community members who called us up and emailed us in appreciation for the feature on our past emissaries. We highlighted Tamar recently. It might have been 2 weeks ago now, but a lot of you really liked that, and we plan to have a number of those coming up. So watch for future features in Fedmail. These are past emissaries, those who aren't with us in our community right now or back in Israel. And you can find out what they've been up to since leaving Central Mass. It's a really nice project, and thank you to Liz Baker, who has taken that on and is managing that. Well, this year, of course, we don't have a Young Emissary program, but this is an important way to keep us connected with our sister city in Israel and all of these great young leaders who have worked with us and developed strong relationships with the Central Mass community over the years. I also want to call your attention to a program we're having on November 1st with Rachel Fish. Rachel Fish is an anti-Semitism expert hired by the Kraft Foundation several years ago to combat this new wave of anti-Semitism. If you've paid attention to the news at all over the past several years, you've seen that anti-Semitism is unfortunately really on the rise, not only in our own country, but around the world. We've even had incidents of anti-Semitism right here in central Massachusetts, something that Federation works very hard to combat. Well, we're bringing in this great speaker, Rachel Fish. The program is being sponsored by B'nai B'rith. Our own local B'nai B'rith chapter is generously putting up the funding for it. And this is part of our LEAD program, our Leadership, Education, and Development, to train and groom the next generation of Jewish leaders in our own community. But we're opening it up to everyone, so we'd really like to see you involved. Given that it's virtual, online, anyone can participate. You can Zoom in. We'll provide you with the Zoom link. Just let us know that you'd like to participate. We'd love to have you. And last but not least, I hope you've seen the news that Worcester is considered one of the best places in the country to live. I mentioned a few weeks ago that I thought that recent trends in real estate and with COVID, some of the challenges, people are moving around the country a lot more right now. Well, here it is, number 68 on a list of 100 cities. That should inspire us all to make sure that Federation and our Jewish community really can reach our potential. There are probably thousands of families. I'd like to think that there are thousands of families looking right now at the websites of our congregations, at Federation's website, at Facebook, saying, is this a place that I want to move to? We want them to move here. We've already welcomed over 150 new families this past year, and that was before any of these new trends were taking effect. We want to do all we can to be an attractive, vibrant, strong Jewish community today and into the future, and we want your partnership on doing that, and it's going to take all of us to really make sure this is a great place to live and to work and to be and to celebrate Jewish life. So with that, I hope you're inspired, I hope you're re-energized, and I hope you're looking out of the window at the beautiful fall foliage in Central Mass, because this is absolutely a beautiful place to be this time of the year. I wish you a happy, healthy, and great weekend, and I'll see you soon.